Hey everybody, welcome back to Ogre Speed Shop. So we're gonna do some work on the 70 GMC 3/4 ton, not the new project, but the old project. We'll get into it here in a minute. All right, so what do we need to do this? Well, for one, we got mirrors. Finally, get rid of these that little stupid mirror that made me run into the fence with the trailer one day because I couldn't see that side of me. So I got nice big mirrors. I guess these are called Cali or West Coast mirrors, whatever you want to call them. I got these to go on here, like so we can actually see behind us. And things I discovered while driving at night a couple days ago is when I have the high beams on, they will shut off in the middle of nowhere. So that's not fun on these country roads when the high beams go out. But if I switch to low beams, they come back on. So I think there's something to do with the output of the high beams. So we're gonna add some relays for the headlights. And I'll show you how we do that. So let's go ahead and get into it and do some work on this beast. I'm actually curious to see if this will come off easily or not, because there's one screw missing already. There's a plate behind here that isn't usually attached to anything. So as you pull the screws out, that'll just spin in there and it doesn't allow you to take it off. So one screw will easily come out. This the last one is a pain in the butt. Luckily it came off on this one. So that plate must be like actually attached to the door inside there. Yeah, I really don't like those mirrors at all. They have square ones too, but it's the same design, the same style. I'm not a big fan of those. So that's what came with the truck originally. We'll have to fill these holes here. They're just, you know, there should be a plate behind there. But on this one, well, so let me see. So this frame right here came off of the 1 ton originally, the white truck. So if you've been following me for a while, you know what I'm talking about. They had it way down here. So, but that drops it below the window frame. So I'm gonna put it up here off of this frame here. So there's no interference behind it with the window. I don't think there is. We'll have to look at that once we have to pull the door panel off, because I want to put plating behind the rib nut. I'm going to do rib nuts so we can screw it in from this side, not to worry about getting behind. But I want to put a protective plate behind it too to help, you know, give it some support. So that's about what we're looking at right there on each side. Which will give us plenty of view, and that lines it up perfectly with the bottom of the window. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so how I measured this is I found a place where I wanted it to be, and it's 2 inches from the edge of the window here over. Okay, so 2 inches from here to the center of that. Or did I go to the center, or did I go to the... Okay, so it's 2 inches from the window to the edge of that. I went ahead and drilled a hole for it. And then I measured from here to here, which was 11 3/8 to center that up. So now I just got to drill those holes. Then we could probably just get away with doing a rib nut. So got these rib nuts here from Harbor Freight and using a 1/4-20 bolt. But I do want to put a backing plate on just because, I mean, this is thin metal. So I'd rather have some thicker backing for it. And we'll get into that. Kind of like what we did on this one for those windows, for those doors. So you're gonna put a backing plate behind there to help with the strength. So we're gonna do the same thing with this one to get these mirrors on here. Oh, yeah, I'm liking the look of that. So I did notice one thing. I don't think I've ever seen any mirrors this era that are not chrome or white. So like all you know, they're either chrome like this or white. And I got a combination of both because of the mirrors I picked up. You know, those pieces over there. See how they're all white? And the original mirrors that came off the 1 ton were this chrome. But anyways, getting beside myself here. But anyways, we got it where it goes. So we just got to drill those out to the right size for the rib nuts and make some plates for the back so we can go in from the back and put plates on it to reinforce it. So I just don't want to take the chance of it, even though obviously that piece right there, you can kind of see the lines, is where I put a new piece of metal in, but not both sides are like that, I don't think. But anyways, we're gonna get this mounted up there, and so we're gonna pull the door panel off here in a minute. All right, so I have them mocked up now, so this is the view I see now on the driver's side, and the view I see on the passenger side. I guess it'd be by here, but you see the bed side there, you know, right there. So that's about where I want them to be. They're just mocked up right now, so I'm being real careful not to knock them out of the holes because they're not held in by much, but it is so much better to be able to see around me. That mirror is so scratched up. It was the driver's mirror off the truck I took it off of. I prefer to put the crappier one on that side, keep the better one on this side. Neither one of them are great, but they're better than what I had. All right, so these riv nuts take a 348 thousandths of an inch hole, and I don't have a drill bit that size. So I drilled them out to 343. Now I'm using a chamfering tool or a countersink tool to enlarge the hole a little bit, just enough to where that riv nut slips in there. And when you do that, it gives a little ridge or a little area for the rest of it to sink in. So it gives it a little more flush of a, it makes it a little more flush to the metal that way. So I'm just going in here and just real lightly, just kind of countersinking till it fits. That's really close actually, it almost fits. I don't have to weld up another hole like I did on the other cab, so. Gotta do it nice and slowly. So it just fits in. Perfect, just like that. So that's all I'm doing. I already did the other side. I got 2 done here. I got 1 more to do. Then we can make the plates, the backing plates, take the door panel off so we can get up in there and put the plate on, and probably my wife come out here and help again. One thing's for sure, these riv nuts seem pretty solid, so I'm pretty happy about that. I was worried about them being kind of cheap at Harbor Freight, but it is a Doyle brand that I had to buy the whole kit for, mind you, to get the ones I wanted, the 1/4 20 nut certs. But it was on sale anyways. A little cheap, a little more expensive than I wanted to spend. It was $49 out the door. It was a $4. It was on sale for $44.99 from $49.99. So I got it for the original price out the door with tax and everything. But I've been wanting to get this little kit anyways. I already have like a handheld, like a grip style or a pistol grip style. But I've been wanting to get this anyways. And what better reason than to put the mirrors on the GMC. So here we are. Let's go ahead and get this door pulled off, door panel pulled off, so we can get behind it and put those plates on there. And there are 2 screws in the handle here. Just gotta find it. These are loose. Just gotta find the hole. Oh, there it is. Got it. What a pain in the butt. All right, so that's the armrest. Now, the way to get these off of here, and I showed this a few times in a couple of videos, just use this little tool right here. There's other methods of doing it too, but this is by far the easiest by getting the right tool. Pop that clip off. And it comes right off, and the clip stays in place. And you just use this tool to stick the clip back on. Well, maybe. Well, it's where it needs to be, and you have to worry about losing it. Same thing for this. I still need to get the trim pieces that go underneath these. I'll roll this up actually. It's kind of hard to get to these things with the window in the way. And that's what you gotta be careful of, that spring just popping out and going for a ride somewhere across the shop. And it fell right here. I'm sure I'll find it. Maybe with a flashlight. Oh, I see it. That's Chad just in that garage saying, I found it, I found it. Yeah, so nothing like him. He's Tennessee. He's got a good accent. Door handles are off. Now there's just 4 screws across the bottom. Believe it or not, these are actual original style screws. They look like a small Phillips head, but they're actually a fat 1/4 20. Now I've repaired these doors so the nuts actually had to repair the nut side of it. And these screws actually came off of the cab for the 1 ton when I bought it. This is going to give me some access, but this is why I need my wife out here. Here to actually, so I can reach up in there. Why is this thing stuck? There we go. And there you have it. You have access to the door panel so we can put those window mirrors on. So I just gotta go find my wife. She went for a walk with the dogs, so we'll see if she's back yet. Well, I got one of them on, and unfortunately the plate didn't hold. So it's like these things, God dang it. So they actually started crimping closer to the edge here and didn't catch that. So I'm just gonna stick them in the way they are and hope they don't tear it out in the future. Didn't notice it has to do, you have to do like a double screw in, but seems pretty solid. I really like having a backing plate in there, but oh well. So I took the door cover off for no reason because I'm going to just do it like this, and as long as nobody pulls on it, it should be fine. I do like this tool though. All right. So that's good to go. We can put the mirror on. So I'm going to do the other side and then we'll put the mirrors on. All right, let's get these things put on here. For now, I'm just using some 1/4 20 bolts and washers. But eventually, I'm going to switch it over. You get hardware that looks like this with a little acorn, chrome, or stainless steel. And I'll eventually switch over to that style. So that way, it looks better. I'll put some kind of rubber seal on it too eventually, but so I don't know, it kind of goes without saying, don't tighten anything down until you have everything started. So like that. Our 7/16 socket, so. Oh yeah, those lip nuts are strong. Cool. It'll probably last as long as I have a truck. Ah. There you go. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere. I can live with that. All right, so let me get the other one on and I'll be back when I'm done with that. The mirrors are on. Like I said, I am going to change the hardware out, but those things are solid, even without the backing plate. So, but yeah. I like it. We got to put the door panel back on, but I'm not going to show that. You saw how it came off. It's pretty simple. And then we got to fix the lights. Oh, there you have it. Oops. I was going to say. Door panel's back on, but I forgot the armrest, which is cool. But one of these days I got to do something about that hole too. I hate those when people put speaker holes in these things. So I have to patch that at some point too to seal that thing back up. But pretty much done. Just going to put that on. As far as the headlights go, I just switched over to octane lighting, H4 style bulbs, or they're something else they're labeled as. But I try to get the same ones I have in the Firebird, which look like stock headlights. You just can swap the bulb out for an H4 bulb. I got LEDs in that one. These aren't LEDs yet, but they do have a heavier draw because of the newer style bulb. And because of that, we're going to rewire and put a relay in for both the low beam and high beam just to make sure. And where I'm going to do it at is right back here. See the green wire and the tan wire? Those are the two wires. The tan wire is your low beam, the green wire is your high beam. See, I kind of wanted to do it up here so it was more hidden, but I'd have to go all the way up into the firewall here, or the fender, to get to it, because it splits off right there. One goes this side, and then it splits off and goes back through here and over across. And I don't want to take all that sheeting off, or all that wire loom off. So I'm going to patch in right there, and it's actually kind of nice because I can grab main power right from this circuit breaker for the fuel pump. So that's main power. That's hot power right there coming in all the time. So which is what we want for the headlights, because the headlights won't turn on until we turn the headlights on. It's going to work basically the same way, but we're going to draw all our power from the battery rather than through the circuits of the lighting system. So these are the relays I'm going to use for hooking up these headlights. And every relay, well, there's some that have 5 pins, some that have 4 pin. This is a 5 pin or a 4 pin. And that's all we need. So what we're going to do is we're going to put main power into 30. Okay. Then the power out to the headlights is going to be on pin 87. And then I like to put ground on 85. I don't know why. It doesn't matter which one of these has ground. But I'm going to put the original power from the headlights to 86, which is going to activate your relay. But it's going to put full power from the battery straight through to the headlights. So 30 is going to be main power from the battery. 86 is going to be the original power from the switch. Then 87 up here is going to be out to the lights. And then 85 is going to be a ground. That's all there is to hooking these up. So I'm going to get these hooked up. And then when I get done, I'll come back and I'll show you how it works. All right, so we got the relays hooked up now. The only thing I haven't hooked up is the ground. But just want you to listen. This is the high beams. I'm going to use the ground and ground it out. You'll hear it click. And when it does that, it turns on the high beams. So I can go low beams as well. It does the same thing. Hear the click for the other relay. And see the headlight come on. So now I just got to put that ground. I put the ground routed over here to where I have the ground for there's a ground right there into the firewall. So I'm going to run the ground right to that, along with the ground for the fuel pump. So now we got all things relayed. And yeah, I guess I should probably actually fully hook up this wire too. It's just sitting on there. So I have to unscrew that nut and put that on there. That's going directly to the battery. That circuit breaker is for the fuel pump relay. I'm not doing a circuit breaker for the headlights because don't need to. All right, so we got the main, we got the ground around over to the firewall there with the rest of the grounds. And get in here, turn the lights on. There's low beams, there's high beams. So that's all there is to doing a relay. So just a recap, pin 30 goes to main power, pin 87 goes out to the lights, and that's the circuit that the relay is making. So it's actually closing that circuit to allow power to the lights from the battery directly rather than going through the headlight switch. And pin 86, I use the power coming from the switch as a trigger, and then pin 85 is my ground. So that's simple. Well, I'll do it for this real quick video on, well, making the GMC see better. Between the mirrors and the headlights, should take care of the problems I was having. The mirrors, that one little mirror never made sense to me. I know like a lot of these old 60s, like my Firebird didn't come with a left or a right-hand mirror, but I added it because driving in California, especially before I moved to Oklahoma, you know, you had to be able to see both sides of your car. So just towing purposes, being able to see behind me on both sides, had to be done. So with that, you know, we went ahead and put the relays in, put the mirrors on, and made the truck better. So if you like this video, leave a like down there, leave me a comment, let me know what I can do better, and subscribe while you're at it. Why not? It's free. Tell all your friends, turn on your notifications, do all that good stuff too, because we're still doing the build on the 1-ton, getting ready for the truck gathering in Guthrie, Oklahoma for the truck show. So make sure you stand by for that. And on that note, for everybody who's still here, I appreciate you being here. And until next time, I will see y'all later.